Good morning, YouTube, people of the internet. I took a break from social media for a while for multiple reasons. First, I was making it about social media. I was putting pressure on my ability to produce content that I wasn't confident in, almost having this like perfectionist mindset plus kind of living by comparison through the people that I see on YouTube or Instagram or whatever it is. I didn't even have TikTok, which kind of shows you how far behind I was. And it was taking away from my training, from the real reason that this thing is. So I kind of made a commitment to myself to step away from posting, step away from all of the social media aspects of this and focus all on the training. So currently I am about 10 weeks out from the Chevron Marathon, 10 or 11 weeks. And this is we're in it, I'm in it. 70-mile weeks. I'll put in about 75 to 80 miles this week. And it became a different process for me through stepping away from the socials, through stepping away from the accountability of the internet. It truly became a personal focus, and realizing that the purpose has to be your intention that you put behind it. My intention is to obtain optimal fitness, optimal human experience. And I wasn't treating the entire system with care. So I had to get really disciplined, and I had to get technical about my game plan moving forward. Because I'm about 11 weeks out from the Chevron Marathon. At the Chevron Marathon, and I had to get more detailed about what I'm really signing up for, what I'm really trying to accomplish. So I'm 29. The time qualification for the Boston Marathon, which is kind of a pinnacle for your everyday runner turning into a runner, is 2 hours and 55 minutes for my age group. Well, it's a bidding system, and I didn't realize that most people that hit that mark don't actually get into the Boston Marathon. So the rule of thumb is 5 minutes under that. So what was sub 255 has now turned into sub 250, which 5 minutes on a marathon is a huge jump. And I knew that I had to get really, really serious about my training 12 weeks out, 13 weeks out. So I've been extremely dialed in. The weekly mileage for the next 8 to 9 weeks will be over 70 miles. And then I'll taper 2 weeks out. But it's everyday running, 10 plus miles a day. And I had to reorganize and shift my focus into game plan and understanding that my time is the most important thing, right? I'm just a regular guy. I have a full-time job. I just started my training company, which is another part of this video, which I realize I'm a fucking boomer. I had no technical experience. I didn't even have TikTok before. So I had to put in some time to understand what it would take for me to be as comfortable and creative and purposeful and authentic in the space that is content creation. So in the meantime, I was working. I've been really utilizing AI to, and just the tools that are on the internet, from my phone to my laptop, and really kind of taking a crash course on everything AI and productivity in that space. Um, what AI has done from my perspective is that it has bridged the gap from looking at something and saying, I would love to do that. I'll use music production as an example. I always wanted to be a music producer or a DJ, and I remember I would look at it and I would get such a great feeling from going to shows or listening to songs that this made me feel good, made me motivated to want to do that. And I would look at something like producing the music, specifically like Ableton or Fruity Loops. And once you kind of get into those processes, it's like, fuck, this is in a different language. And you almost feel like you need some sort of technical support or education, take a course to even understand how to get started. What I realized is that AI bridges that gap. So for me, when I was getting into videography, in and out of the space over the past 2 years, it was always very complicated to me, and um, editing and software, it just seemed like it was again in a completely different language. But once I really dove into the power of AI, the power of templates, the power of using the internet and AI to bridge that gap, it actually became not only easier, but it allows you to be a lot more creative, because you're using, and I can barely even write, I can barely speak English, let alone write in English. But it adapts to the way that you prompt it. So now I've been able to create my entire company, hybrid performance company, using AI. And I developed the website, I developed the landing page, the questionnaire. Everything is connected to me, to where there's a direct line of communication. The entire pricing, the payment processing has all been done using AI, and it allows for full transparency, it allows for easy access, and everything is on one platform for myself and for the clients. So what is Hybrid Performance Company? This is and has always been my dream, to create a space where regular people can optimize their fitness, optimize their life through strength, endurance, nutrition, recovery, and creating one system. And my job as the coach and the founder of this company is to create a community of structured and complete plans. I love bodybuilding. I love lifting weights. I love eating eggs. I had to go through all of the trials and errors of fitness to get to a point where I have found this optimal range and this optimal balance through my life, because I do have a full-time job. I do have a life outside of running 10 miles a day, plus working out, plus the recovery, plus sleep, plus nutrition, and fitting it into my schedule, which sometimes can be all over the place, is a non-negotiable for me. So I've created this system for me that works, and I've always had clients that I've trained and made plans for and have guided along the way, but I truly wanted to make this into a foundational community, right? A community where people have the structure and the coaching. And what I really love about it is there's 3 levels, right? It can be completely online where we just communicate over the phone, and I create your programs, and this is the bottom line for me is I am a very involved person no matter what I do. So the online coaching aspect of it is really we just don't meet in person and I create everything for you, but I'm an accountability pest, and I really want to make sure that every single client that I work with is handling their fucking business. Then there's a hybrid approach, which does involve in-person coaching as well as online coaching as well. And that is definitely specific to where you live. I'll be operating in Dallas, Austin, Houston, and Southwest Louisiana because that's where I have all of my things. And it's just a more hybrid approach to having planning and structure around your fitness. And then there's an in-person coaching, which is very, very hands-on, and I am the person that will lead us to our goals. And all of the pricing is transparent on the website. There's no hidden fees, there's no hidden bullshit, because I hate when I fucking click on something. And I learned this the hard way recently by trying to subscribe to all of these newsletters and these programs that helped my education through AI or videography or whatever it is, and all of these hidden payments come out of nowhere. You know, I'm getting charged $70 today, $150 in a month, and it's just a little bit frustrating. So everything is there on the website, and I'll put the link wherever, somewhere. But yeah, no, it's been a dream of mine, and I had to take a break from everything else to really develop that and to start this. And this is what I want to do. This is my purpose. My purpose is to exceed the limitations that I've set on myself, both in endurance, strength, mentality, and help coach people along the way. So far this week, I'm at, 58 miles, and I have a long run tomorrow. I'm going to do about 18 miles. My workouts, now that my prep is full focused sub 250 marathon, most of my training, 80 to 70% of my training is focused on marathon, focused on running, focused on mobility, strength. I will always be a weightlifter at heart. I'll always think about the classic bodybuilding era of Arnold and Serge Nubret, fucking Dorian Yates, Ronnie Coleman. That is imprinted into my psyche. But I know that I have to take a step back on lifting like a bodybuilder for 6 days a week. So I've kind of developed this push-pull plan that is focused on volume, that is focused on mobility, and still carrying carrying that methodology over into my workouts, so I can still stay as aesthetic as possible and functional as possible. But bottom line is I'm back. It's not like I ever left. I've really been working my ass off in the meantime. But this is to be taken serious, and I want to treat everything like a pro. And building my brand, building my company is extremely important to me. So stay tuned, and I hope everybody has an amazing end of their year. Peace.